Hello, this is the Silver Watchman, and welcome back to Jack and Jill. This is episode number 10. Man, we've made a lot of progress. Not just in this series, but in general. I mean, that's the Silver Watchman. When I first started doing this, it was very, I had no idea what I was doing. I still don't. But at least now I have God. I mean, I've always had God. Oh gosh, that's not a good way to explain it. All right, so let me explain it like this. Now, I have like extra peace. No, that's still not a good way to explain it. How do you explain something when you don't really have words for it? It's like trying to, tell a blind person what color is like. Or explain to a deaf person what sound is. I mean, you could always put a metal bar in their mouth and then connect things that generate vibrations to the bar so they could hear. But it's not like people really know that. Oh wait. Sorry. But when I first started doing this, when I first became the Silver Watchman, it was very, I was nervous all the time. Like every single video I did, I was like, are people gonna freak out? Which am I doing? I mean, I know I'm doing the will of God. But what if I mess up? And then I messed up. I messed up a lot. If you pay really close attention, you see a lot of editing mistakes. And even now you see a lot of deaths in the gameplay. But the gameplay deaths, believe it or not, that's actually part of that's part of the experience that you get for, watching me. You don't see this absolutely perfect run. You see this guy that's doing his best and giving you his personal best, which is what I've promised you. I've always promised to give you my personal best. Now, does that mean, do we have moments where some of the gameplay is just absolutely epic? Yeah. But then we also have moments like this where it's kind of calm and stuff, Not to mention the intermissions, The intermissions where I get to have some, I have fun with that, believe it or not. I'm not just sitting there stressed out with a sketch pad, oh, what do I write? What do I write? No, I just write whatever's on the top of my mind at the moment. And then when I speak, I just let God take over. God knows what he's doing, and I'm just here basically, twiddling my thumbs, just what do I do? But then God's don't worry, I've got this. And then God does his God thing, which is basically, he brings peace, the peace of the Lord over me. And then I'm just kind of yeah, everything is gonna be okay. I mean, sure, that building's on fire, but everything is gonna be okay. And every single video that gets done, it's like God gives me a little bit more confidence in speaking for Him. Even with the Bible videos, even though, like, there were times where, like, in my mind, I'm just like, oh my gosh, that was some of the worst reading I've done in my life. Then I listen to the playback and it's actually listenable. God is awesome. Oh yeah, I forgot to do yeah, I kind of forgot to do the recap. Which is actually something that God had somebody bring to my attention that, like, I didn't do because I never really figured it was a relevant thing, but apparently it is to a lot of humans. So here's the recap of the previous episode. We talked about suicide a lot, and I got emotional. It may not seem like it to you, but to me, I felt it. I felt those feelings that were bubbling up, and I honestly wanted to cry because suicide is one of those few things that will make me sad. Even though anybody that really knows me knows that, like, I'm one of those people that, I mean, I'll cry over a dead animal. Unless, it's necessary to eat the animal. Like, I'm not, like, eating a hamburger and, like, weeping. Like, this poor cow. No, at that stage, I'm just like, this cow may have died, but its sacrifice will live on as energy, then poo. And plus cows are tasty, and so are chickens, and so are fish, so are pigs. I don't know about bears, I don't know about deers, and I definitely don't know about alligators. That doesn't mean I'm not curious. How would bear taste? Huh. Oh, right, yeah, so you just gotta you just gotta relax every now and then and let God take the wheel. And the results of such things will, for the most part, they'll catch you off guard. Yeah. I've been actually really, stressed out lately. Because, I'm still working on the Thumper finale. And, it's like a challenge that I've never seen anybody else even attempt. And to be honest, it's a fun game. I mean, granted, yeah, there is Nightmare Fuel in there, but then again, so are a lot of the games that I'm planning on putting on my channel. So, Yes, that does mean horror games are going to be on this channel. Because, horror. You can't consider yourself a man or woman of God without, facing some things that are going to be scary. Like, take for example, demons, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, even more demons, commitment. Everyone has a fear of something. But to be honest, the fear of the dark is actually pretty rational in my mind. But then again, as a silver watchman, I have a tendency to know a little more than I let on. Actually, that's pretty much always the case. Older than I let on too. But that's neither here nor there, even though it's technically here and over there at that point. Oh, good gosh. But you just gotta know that God's got your back. It's even at the most even at the point of your life where everything feels pretty much hopeless. That would have been a really good pun for the Hopeless series, but it's in this series, so there we go. You just gotta have a little faith. Because this world is not gonna, it's not gonna hand anything over to you. There's a lot of scary stuff out there. But in my brain, there's no such thing as an innocent death. Every human has sin. Well, technically, children don't have sin. But then they sin, and then they have sin. I don't think I cleared that up any good, but all right then. But as far as as being human is concerned, wait, yeah, it's never gonna be easy to be human. But that doesn't mean that God didn't, put everything on the line. Just so we could have a shot at going to heaven. And that's pretty awesome. In this world, it's gonna kick you in the side. It's gonna uppercut you a few times. Then it's gonna bring out the chainsaw. And when that happens, you know what you gotta do? You either grab a chainsaw of your own, You take hold, or you take hold of God. And God will protect you. Now, will you still get hurt? Yeah. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that you're never going to get hurt. Nor does it say that when you have the peace of the Lord, that you're never going to be, never going to be stressed out again. No, it says that the peace of the Lord will come over you. It doesn't say that it'll stay there. It just says that you have it. Meaning that, it'll be pretty accessible to us. Which is, hey, that's better than nothing. You just gotta learn to contact God. And it's real simple. It's pretty much the same thing as what you're doing right now. You reached out to me because you wanted to listen. You wanted somebody to talk to. Or at the very least talk to you while playing video games. And that's what's going on. So when it comes to contacting God, all you really have to do is just bow your head and pray. And prayer isn't this, really long-winded thing that people make it out to be. Because it doesn't have to be like 17 hours long. No, that's what fasting is for. Fasting, you could be fasting for pretty much as long as you want. You just gotta be careful, of your priorities while fasting, and you gotta keep in connection with God, and definitely do your best not to sin while you're fasting, because things will get pretty crazy at that point. I'm not sure how crazy. I'm just pretty sure it'll get crazy. You definitely will most likely incur the wrath of God, which is pretty scary in itself. But from then to now, God has helped me out a lot, He's given me a lot of confidence. To do His will. Because when I first started this, it was, I was just nervous. And, as I continued, doing this for God, God showed me, where to improve, how to improve. And even the Watchman Flag that you see now, there is actually a fully upgraded version that honestly looks pretty amazing. Even the profile picture you see from my channel, which is my interpretation of the armor of God, at least with me wearing it. That's why you got the S in the visor, the W in the hilt of the sword, and the M inside of the boot. And it's even an upgraded version of that too. What I'm saying is that the longer you do the will of God, the better everything will feel. In a sense of, it'll be a lot easier to find peace with decisions. It'll be it's a lot easier to move forward. So glory be to God. And blessings be upon you. Thank you for sitting and listening. Thank you. Blessings be upon you. And this is the Silver Watchman signing out.